Stewart comes in.
And he came in too, baby, I'm telling you.
And Ward Burton has hit the wall. Look at the right front on Burton's car. Caution is out. Tony Stewart drives through. He does not stop to try to stay on the lead lap.
Now, who is really in trouble right here is these cars, our lead cars that has made pit stops, which be Casey Kane, Joe Nemechek, Jimmy Johnson, especially having to come to pit road twice, Greg Biffle and Bill Elliott. But what a break for people like Jeff Gordon, Elliott Sadler, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Rusty Wallace, Kurt Busch, Dave Blaney, and Casey Mears, who have not made their green flag stops.
Good call on Greg Zipadelli's part. He called Tony Stewart to drive on through, don't stop, caution out, and that saves Stewart. There's Zippy. And there's Ward Burton, whose car's brought out this caution. I'll show you what happened to Jimmy Johnson that resulted in a penalty drive-through.
See right there, that tire way outside of their pit box. It had to be at least, they divide the car in half, and all of the equipment, including tires and wheels, has to be back to the left side of the car before you can leave your pit box.
Wow, you can be lucky if it can be good, and some days you can be both. Guess who's going to get the free pass? Casey Kane.
Casey?
He had made his pit stop, but he was the first car one lap down at the moment of caution, so he'll get to come around.
It's even a bigger break than that for him, Mike, because by coming to pit road when he did a while ago, I think we knew he could not make it to the end. Now he will pit late under this caution, get enough fuel in there as well, so not only will he be back on the lead lap, he's going to have enough fuel to probably go to the end.
He'll have to restart at the tail end of the longest line. Don't know if it's significant, but Ward Burton had just been in the pits 3 laps prior to hitting the wall and knocking him from the race. They're pushing his car back to the garage now. The right front wheel will not turn. Now the pits are not yet open, so they'll come around one more lap under caution. That will give Burton's crew a chance to push their car back to the garage and not impede pit stops.
Now, Mike, you mentioned about Tony Stewart in the 20 car. We're looking at our computer score, and even by what they did, he still went a lap down because he was so far behind the leader.
He didn't. The 9 went by him as he was going down pit road. Now, the 48, on the other hand, got out in front of the leader, which is going to keep him from losing 2 laps, I think.
Larry Foyt's car is in the pits with pit road closed. That means he'll have to restart at the tail end of the longest line. So at the moment, we're showing 7 cars on the lead lap. Kane, after the free pass, will be the 8th. Due to caution in the midst of green flag pit stops when Ward Burton hit the wall of lap 266.
Guys, Jeff Gordon in the 24 and Elliott Sadler in the 38, they sure hope the next time they come by that pit road is open. When they went through 1 and 2 the last time, they were all the way down on the apron because when you're up on the banking, the fuel pickup is in the right rear corner. Remember, these guys are just about out of fuel. I think when they go through 3 and 4, you'll see them run down on the apron as they're doing right there. And fortunately, pit road will be open. There's the green flag.
Jeff Gordon among our Chevy points leaders. Dale Earnhardt Jr. second overall. Tony Stewart, Jeff Gordon, the leading Chevys in the Nextel Cup points. Matt?
Mike, in fact, I was just talking to Robbie Loomis, and he said he was worried they would even be able to make it back. They were very close to being on the verge of out of fuel. They could not wait to see pit road open. To Dick Bergeron.
A very, very fortunate break for Elliott Sadler. His crew chief, Todd Parrott, had just called him in as that caution flag waved. He was able to stay out on the racetrack, stay on the lead lap. To Matt.
Jeff Gordon slides to a stop. They're going to make a wedge adjustment on his Chevrolet. 4 tire change, scuffs going on like a lot of people we've seen today, Steve Burns.
Hey, Matt, Dale Earnhardt Jr. is tight in and tight off. They're going to raise that track bar, and they've also made some air pressure adjustments on his number 8 Chevrolet. Again, tight in, tight off. They put a spring rubber in on the last stop, which helped him turn in the middle. Their service is done.
Look at that white car at the top of the screen coming off pit road. Dave Blaney, who nearly won a Cup race at Atlanta a couple of years ago for Bill Davis, running a limited schedule, hopeful of running a full season. He is one of those lead lap cars. Let's go to his pit.
Well, Dave Blaney was fearful he was going to be the car that caused the caution. The car was getting tighter and tighter. His crew chief, Felipe Lopez, saying, you got to hang in there, guy. We got to get to lap 267. So he was also one of the cars on the apron, fearful that he wouldn't have enough fuel even to come in and pit. They did not want a short pit because they believe this will be their last planned stop. 4 tires, and they're going to raise the track bar for him.
And Jenny, this is not only a team that only races about once a month. They only perform pit stops once a month, but they rose to the occasion. Their car good. They're stepping up. They came in 7th. They went out 5th.
Jeff Gordon is our leader. Dale Earnhardt Jr., Rusty Wallace, Kurt Busch, Casey Mears, Elliott Sadler, and Dave Blaney are the lead lap cars in Texas. The Samsung Radioshack 500 on Fox is brought to you by Mach 3 Turbo Champion, the only razor used by the Gillette Young Guns. By the new Chevrolet, an American revolution. By Old Spice Red Zone, spice things up. And by the Home Depot, NASCAR's home improvement warehouse.
America's best riders battling it out at the Great American Speedway, and this race break is brought to you by Visa. Jeff Gordon currently our leader with just 63 laps to go. He started 9th. Jeff Gordon creating the first caution of this race on the tail of Casey Mears, tapping him, causing some debris. Gordon working his way back up to the top. Defending champ of this race, Ryan Newman on lap 196, a tire problem, out of the race. Commented afterwards that the safer barrier walls are necessary here. Could have made a difference. Bobby Labonte, who led for 5 laps, the pole sitter from Texas, with some alternator and battery problems, falling a few laps down. And Casey Kate passing Nemechek to lead for the 6th time. His first Cup race, he's led more laps than anyone else. And moments ago, pit problems for Jimmy Johnson. Penalty there because of the tire problem. We're getting ready to go green, Jeff Hammond.
Ready to go green right now. The most important thing for Jeff Gordon here is make sure he gets a good, clean start. He's got a lot of these guys nipping at his heels, so he's got to get it done.
One of 4 tracks that Jeff Gordon has yet to win on. Let's go back upstairs. This has been a Visa race break.
8 lead lap cars plus 2 cars tail end of the lead lap. Biffle and Elliott.
Green flag, green flag.
Just in front of Jeff Gordon as we go back to green at lap 272.
Of course, Jeff Gordon's teammate, the 48 car, he's up there as well trying to stay on the tail end of the lead lap.
And those 2 cars got a good jump.
See on his first lap, Jeff Gordon in the 24 over 180 miles per hour, just getting up to speed off into turn 3 at the end of the backstretch.
Trouble for our points leader.
Well, I don't know what happened to him. He just pulled down. Maybe he just wants everybody to get away from him and leave him alone. He's had that kind of day. He slowed on the back big time. I thought something happened to it.
Matt Kenseth in 24th position.
Inside, slow in front of you, slow in front of you. Inside.
Oh, Elliott's in trouble on the back.
Elliott was on the tail end of the lead lap and now dropping back.
There you see the Fox tracks, about 140 miles per hour in the corner. I think he's trying to get to pit road, but I don't think he'll be able to make it this time.
Too much traffic.
Looks like a right rear tire.
Car wobbles just a bit getting into turn 1, Darrell.
I think it's a right rear tire, looked like.
Funny how slow 160 miles an hour looks like.
And not only that, but just think about Bill. He almost won the last race of the year at Homestead. Yep. Coming off turn 2, coming to the checkered flag and had a tire go down. Dick Bergman.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's a flat right rear for Bill Elliott.
And he's in the wall in turn 3. Caution is out, and you see the right rear was already flat.
Yeah, he was trying to get back, save as much time as he could.
Now, one of his teammates, Casey Kane, was the free pass car last time around. And we'll see about Jeremy Mayfield this time around under this caution. Elliott's tire clearly flat as he went in the corner.
I know Bill's okay, and I can't help it. I got to tell you this. When he was at Homestead last year, and I said, Bill, I saw you get out and walk around that car. What would you think? And he said, wish I had a match.
Now, I think what's going to happen here, guys, is Mayfield is going to get one of his 2 laps back. Greg Biffle will be back on the lead lap, and Jimmy Johnson going to get one of his 2 laps back. Jimmy Johnson and Jeremy Mayfield will still be 1 lap down, but they get one of them back.
And that pass through Tony Stewart made looks like that will finally pay off because he will be the free pass car. Stewart. So caution is out for the 5th time today. What's that?
Charles is coming. Things are picking up. Business is getting ready to pick up.
I think that's his way of saying the plot thickens.
It sure does. Jeff Gordon, your leader, under caution of the Samsung Radioshack 500.